this was specifically against the urgings of President Xi himself, and they have reacted hugely.
They're making a lot of noise. This is what's generally called a firepower demonstration, and they're trying to provoke the Taiwanese. By that I mean the PLA, the People's Liberation Army. And I don't think that they're aiming to have a hot exchange of fire yet. What the Chinese must be looking at with the Taiwanese is how they are looking at the Chinese forces around them that are provoking them. There's even were rumours that they were going to fire ballistic missiles over the landmass of Taiwan itself. It is really to see what they have got, and that's where there is a synergy connection with Ukraine, because it's the surveillance war, the electronic war, the cyber war that is so interesting. We're not hearing nearly enough about it for very obvious reasons. And it does seem that the combination of Ukraine, NATO, and above all the US have got the Russians somewhere on the back foot. And the Chinese are taking this on board very much.
Sure, OK, but within that answer, intriguing point, you're saying testing what the Taiwanese have got or how far they're prepared to use it. Because I presume in this day and age, China knows exactly what Taiwan's got and where it came from.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, really?
No, and it doesn't know. Yes, Michael Evans, former colleague of the Times, did a wonderful chart. You know, they have ex-submarines, they have 2 submarines or whatever. You can do that up the yin-yang, sorry to use that expression. It doesn't really count. It's the secret stuff. It is what the secret squirrel electronically and in cyberspace, digitally, through the use of satellites, because China has already started threatening, you know, satellite wars over this, because they are very, very worried that were they to launch something, and by the way, Xi has pledged, he has said in his time he wants to recover Taiwan to the Great Republic, and if necessary, will use force. Now, he doesn't want to use force and end up in a Ukraine situation, where it was all supposed to be over within a month.
Or anger the United States of America.
Or anger the United States of America. And this, to pick up the Pelosi thing, couldn't have happened at a worse time for Xi. Xi wanted to be on a glide path up to October or thereabouts, when you have the Congress, the Politburo, where he hopes to be crowned unusually for another 10 years. Which would be unprecedented. This has really gummed up the works. And it's annoyed a lot of other people, which we're not hearing about, who have got really antsy about this, namely Japan, Vietnam, Indonesia, because what they're saying, now look here, China, you've been beating up our fishing fleets to a horrible degree, Philippines and so on, going as far as the coast of Ecuador even. No, the Pacific isn't your lake. Even this part, it isn't your lake. They're international waters. Xi is not Putin. He is not going for bust on this, because he, as I said, wants to get control and wants to get control of the party and then move on to
After this answer, I'm going to segue specifically to Ukraine, because I know you've been studying and writing about that recently as well. But my segue is this. It's worth folk listening to our conversation to remember that this, like Ukraine, is unfinished business. Because Taiwan exists, because when Mao took over all those years ago, those who wanted democracy and freedom as opposed to communism shifted offshore, went to Taiwan and have defended it with the support of America over the years. Not unlike Ukraine, what was left of the Soviet Union.
Yes, and Ukraine did have an advantage, a scientific advantage. It also had a lot of the nuclear arsenal.
Yeah.
The simple reply to Taiwan, which makes it so difficult for Xi, is semiconductors and microchips. Is he really going to go in and have a bloody war and a messy war that turns out to be a bit of a Ukraine? Look what's going on in the super nuclear plant there, and you're going to trash that. The United States, but any potential customer, including the developing world, which is the real game for Russia and China now, Africa, Asia, and so on, they will not forgive them for that.
Yeah.